Hope Heart Unicorn seems pretty good. Let's see, Reaving Up Bonecracker, Darkspire Punisher, Vanguard, Boulder Toss, Neobot. Well, yeah, that seems pretty good. I think I can go with Hope Heart here. We can go Diamond for Hope Heart, sure. Why not? Top deck of Fireball for the win. That's gonna feel bad. It's just what I needed to. Oh gosh. Let's go ahead and exit Hearthstone so I don't get any latency here. Man, right in on this. I've had some trouble like when I stream a tournament one day and then I go the next day because AT&T will cap the data, which is really annoying. So we're going to try to just get it done today. It's usually good one day and then the next day it's like they look and they're like, oh, what did you do? You spent too much. Man, I really like... I think I'm going to flip my settings here. Let's make this 1920, make it full screen, except, see that fixes it. Keep. That's much better. This guy's okay. Ballistics Training is good. Not really playing dwarves though. Vanguard of Gawain seems pretty good for me. I mean, I feel like going humans right now, the way things are looking. Shard of Conquest probably won't come back around. Gem Snatchers is okay. I like Ballistics Training though. Ballistics Training is good. Removal every turn, you know. Destruction Foreman's good too. If I take Vanguard though, that pushes people out of Diamond pretty hard. Oh, I'm sending such a signal with this. The Vanguard probably won't come back. Let's take Ballistics Training. That's a hard decision for me. Let's go by cost. Stacking the cards there. I flip it around the other way because I do a lot more stuff when it, when I'm doing the major tournament there. So we're in Ruby and Diamond right now-ish. There's a Flax Scrapper we could pick up. Murmurs is okay removal. There's a Dementia Daisies. I think that's the second or third one I've seen. I really hate trying to do that deck though. It just never seems to work out for me. I'm not really super committed to dwarves or humans yet, but I mean, Hope Heart is really good. Maybe get the Messenger, seems okay, and just go tricolor. Humans. Yeah, I think I'll get the Messenger. We'll go tricolor humans. We'll try to do it again here and see if it happens for us. So far, the best I've done is maybe gotten to round 3 on one of these. Tricolor humans is really hard to get to work sometimes. Phoenix Guard Enforcer seems like a decent pickup here. Launchpad Specialist is good. Scrap Tech Brawler, although that may be for the ramp. I like Scrap Tech Brawler. It's a warrior. How many warriors do I have that are in humans, maybe? I like Scrap Tech Brawler. I like taking that here because I could ramp in. There's a lot of expensive humans out there. Or I could take Armatron is decent, but I think I'm going to take the Brawler here. We'll see how that does for us. Scrap Tech Brawler. I mean, we're kind of dwarfy right now. We may end up pushing back into dwarves, depending on what goes on. Spambot's okay. Rekosaurus is pretty good for that. For the Shinhair deck. Meek is decent removal and Diamond. Kind of want to push people out Diamond. I want to play this Hope Heart Unicorn. Mind Caller isn't that bad. I think think I want Meek. I'm starting to see a lot more aggro these days, so I think I want Meek here. And especially in here. It's just good removal. Okay, another Messenger could be okay. Augmented Awakening's alright. A Boulder Toss is pretty good, maybe if I get some more power. Rallying Banner's okay, but I don't like taking it too early. Recovery Specialist is okay if we had artifacts. We aren't really playing a lot of artifacts, so I think I like the Boulder Toss here. Just more removal. Although I need a troop in play to get it to work, but we don't have a lot of high-powered troops just yet. But we've got a decent amount of... We got a nice suite of removal right now going on with this deck, with this draft. Another Boulder Toss, maybe. Prophet of Ren. Second Boulder Toss. Prophet is good. I kind of want that Boulder Toss. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go. We'll just go for it. Got a lot of solid Ruby. Ruby looks pretty open right now, the way things are getting passed to us. I mean, 2 Boulder Tosses, and we're like 7 picks in, and then we got a second Boulder Toss. Ruby looks super open right now on the table. Fire Soul Wizard is decent human. He's a decent human. Wild is pretty open. Yeah, Stalwart. Probably Fire Soul Wizard's the best one here. Feeding is pretty good, but we're not in blood at all. I may not even go into Sapphire here. We may be able to just stick with Diamond Ruby and just say forget the Phoenix Guard Messenger, which would be nice. Vanguard, though, kind of pushes me back into Sapphire a little bit, or the Phoenix Guard Enforcer. I think I like Vanguard a little bit more. It's easier to play, and it has the 3 backend, which is better blocking. Yeah, let's go with Vanguard. I'd rather splash Sapphire, if anything. If I'm gonna play Sapphire, I'd rather splash it in a Humans deck, because Diamond fixes me and Ruby gets me that champion power, and so like those are the most important ones to me. I don't really want Construction Foreman. I can't really use it. Crank Rocket, man, dwarves are so open right now. We also have an Excavation Hulk, which is a decent body. I think I want to pick the body. I like Adrenaline Rush. We've got a lot of removal that depends on troops anyways, like Boulder Toss, so I think Excavation Hulk is the best pickup for us here. Charge Hulk came back around, which is kind of crazy, because that goes in so many decks. We also have Murmurs, but I'm not really in Sapphire, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll go with the Charge Hulk till I try to, you know, Sapphire is a little bit more open for the next person they see that. So hopefully we can get some fixing for this Ruby Diamond deck, this Humans deck. Flag Scrapper doesn't do much for us. Cavern Guard is okay. Gobbleglade Witch, we don't really have a lot of permanents. We won't be playing that many, so I'm not worried about counterpicking it. So just to keep people out of Ruby, we want to pick the Flag Scrapper, even though we're probably not going to play it. I really don't want to deal with Rekisaurus or Spirit Oracle, but Rekisaurus is probably worse. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and... That's a Dredge for us. Wild is super open. Augmented Awakening, obvious pick there. That's kind of crazy that that tabled. And then a Bucktooth Banner Bunny. Okay. So Wild is super open. Lady Shimmer. Well, it's just saying you're gonna play Humans today. That's what this deck is saying to me. Last time I played Lady Shimmer, it didn't go so well. I didn't see her, but I've got the ramp to get up into her with the Scrap Tech Brawler. I kind of want to get some stuff to make her cheaper here. We've got a Field Tactician we can pick up later. Maybe a Crackling Wood is okay. Not really seeing a lot of other human stuff in here, and the Shard doesn't really help us. Prophet of Ren may come back around to us, so we'll see what happens here. But Lady Shimmer, why not? Just gave one of those away last night. I should probably play a Primal Draft too. I know that they're doing that Primal Draft thing. They were doing it at noon or whatever. I probably could have gotten into that if I had swapped over. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a good... Maybe I'll get a bunch of players that are not as good, and I'll have a good run this time. The Pyromancer's okay. That's probably our pick here. Ugh, I hate giving up a lot of this other stuff. Although Inductocopter Bot is also really good. I think we picked that up. Yeah, that's just an all-around good card that can buff all of our humans over and over again, so seems like a pretty decent pickup here. So, we're kind of like dwarfy humans. Like dwarfy humans here. I mean, we're still playing a lot of the human-type things. And we'll probably still play whatever his name is. Giles. Another Prophet of Ren is decent. Augmented Awakening. I don't think I need too many more than like 2 of those. So, probably Prophet of Ren is probably better for us here, I think. Murmurs is decent, but again, I'm trying to stay away from Sapphire a bit. And I still haven't seen any fixing come around, so I don't know if it's getting sucked up or what. So this may be a really bad thing for us to try to go into anyways. Another Augmented Awakening. Meek is decent. Sly Huntress is probably the best one here, though. Let's see, what's this? Human in your opposing graveyard and a player under your control of speed becomes necrotic. This could be really good versus another human deck. I'm not really sensing that someone else is going into humans very heavily. I'm seeing good humans come around. Like when I see like Sly Huntress, Callous Awakener seems like it would be really good against me. That's the only reason why I would pick it up. But I think Sly Huntress is better, and it's not going to make it back around. Another Meek. Revert a card, I guess, if I sack it. Subterranean Saboteur is alright. Destruction Forum and Ambling Bluff. Maybe we take this Wounded War Hero? Is that our pick here? For each other human you control, I mean... I don't know, it could be good. Ambling Bluff is another one that I haven't had a lot of good luck with. I wish it had a better back end. Steadfast 4-2 it's okay, but it's Ruby and Wild, unfortunately. So maybe humans are getting sucked up. Maybe they are getting sucked up. I don't know. Yeah, there's another Crank Rocket and Construction Foreman. Maybe I should just switch streams and go into some sort of Ruby Dwarves. I really hate doing that, though. I think it's just counterpick, basically, here. What's the worst thing on here? Warrior's pretty bad for me. I don't know. Crackling Wood is at least playable. I guess I'll take the Battle-Hardened Paw, I guess. It's a counterpick choice there. That's all it was. Each troop in your hand gets... Yeah, I mean... another Phoenix Guard Messenger is decent, although I have Mind Collar, that's kind of a big deal. Yeah, that's with Lady Shimmer, I need to have this Mind Collar. It kind of pushes me back into Sapphire. This deck is not going to work, I just know it. I'm feeling pretty bad about this deck right now. Lots of 3-drops. I'd be very surprised if this deck actually functioned. We haven't seen the guy that throw the ballistics training on either, and I don't think we will. Another Wounded War Hero. That could be okay, I guess, as like a 1-drop human. So we just have like early humans, and then hopefully we can get to some of this later stuff. We don't have a lot of stuff to inspire Lady Shimmer, though. So she's looking not as good as she was when I first picked her. I don't have a single inspired troop, do I? I don't have a single Inspire troop on here. This is not looking good. Prophet of Ren, I guess. Solid, pretty solid. Sure, second Prophet of Ren. I'm gaining a lot of charges with this deck. I mean, Inductocopter Bot plus 2 Prophet of Ren seems pretty good, and then Charge Hulk. That's something. But I don't even play Lady Shimmer if I don't have at least 2 or 3 buffs, you know? She just becomes this 5/5 for 8 that, yeah, seems really bad. Preservation is okay trick for me. I guess I'll take Preservation here. It's a decent trick. And they keep the +1/+2, so that's pretty good. It gets +1/+2 forever. So that's a nice little trick to have. Augmented Awakening, I guess I'll pick that back up. Sure, a second Augmented Awakening. It tells me people just are not in Diamond. An Augmented Awakening's right here at the end of the dredge. I haven't seen any of the fixing I need for this deck, and so it's looking pretty bad. Take more removal with the Meek. I'll probably main deck one and keep the other one in the reserves. Meek is one of those that doesn't have a lot of targets sometimes when you're playing against certain matchups. I'll just keep forcing. I'm gonna keep forcing like other shards, so I'm gonna take the Gambling Bluff here, even though I probably won't play it. The counter pick here is probably this Wretched Wrangler. We don't have a lot of flyers anyways. And another Wretched Wrangler. So let's take those Wretched Wranglers and throw them over here. You don't need to see them. So Living Totem, obvious pickup here. That could own games all by itself. That's pretty nice. We're not giving up a lot of great humans anyway, so that's that. Easy choices. That makes the choice pretty easy. Living Totem. That's nice. That's nice to see, especially with Boulder Toss in the deck. I guess Boulder Toss works pretty well with Ambling Bluff as well. Or Lady Shimmer. Or Fighter Soul Wizard. Or Excavation Hulk. Hoodlums is decent. Burn is pretty good though. I think I like Burn better. There's a Shards of Fate. We really need fixing, but the Burn is just so good. I mean, I'm mostly in Diamond and Sapphire anyways. I'm gonna take the Burn here. Just more removal. More of that early removal for certain deck types, for those Orcidy Orc decks that apparently trounce all over the human decks. I feel like I have a pretty good human versus Orc matchup right now. Sporn Wendango is pretty good. There's another Burn. I like the Wendango here. We're actually not even a humans deck at this point. I'm not really in Sapphire though. That's the other issue. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I wish I had seen fixing here. I can take the Wendango over the Burn, maybe. But I probably want the Burn, because I'm more in Ruby. I like Wendango. It's not going to come back to me. I'll take the Burn. Burn seems like it makes more sense here. Yep. Stress test on the test server. I might see what's going on over there after this on the test server. After I get this draft in for the week. I might just run aggro and just run all my low-end stuff. And just say screw it, Lady Shimmer and all this other stuff. Clergyman can help out. Buccaneer is really good for us. Hellhound also really good for us. Hellhound is a game winner by itself. It kind of makes me want to kind of Hellhound or Clergyman. Clergyman might come back around. Hellhound is not gonna come back. I also have Oracle Song and Buccaneer. I'm giving up Buccaneer here, which is also really good, but Hellhound wins games by itself. You just throw flying on it, it just wins games. Throw some flight on there. Elimination Specialist? No. Probably Infiltrator Bot. We're not even like a humans deck at this point. Not even really a humans deck at all at this point. We're just like, whatever. We're just tricolor. Which means we may play some other champion other than Giles, because there's just not enough humans to take advantage of Giles, I think. So, we'll see what we end up playing. We may end up playing, like, I don't know, the +1/+1 guy. We may end up playing him. So that seems like it may be more relevant for us. Paulinus. We may play Paulinus or whatever his name is. Swordsman. Well, it doesn't have his. Oh, there it is. Deals double damage. It didn't show it down here. Infiltrator bot. Another one. Or Swordsman. I don't have a lot of things that like buff the Swordsman. That's my issue here. Well, I guess I could go with what's his name, front end guy, and then yeah, I'd go with Swordsman and Boulder Toss. That makes sense. Sure, maybe. I could go with the guy who gives him +3, +0. Not really feeling the Ruby Lance, especially in Tricolor. Protectorate Sorcerer's okay. Although Tranquil Dream is probably what we should pick up here, so I think I'll pick that up. That seems pretty good. We give it flying, and we can make it a 5/4 flyer. That seems pretty relevant. Terrabot, we don't have enough dwarves to make that happen. Mortar Strike, maybe, or Peak, or some of these other cards. Take the Mortar Strike, but we probably won't play it. It's just another removal card. But we have better removal, I think, in the deck already. Howling Ambush, probably not. Wrathseeker, maybe? Or Welding Bot, no. Maybe Wrathseeker, I guess. So we'll see how that does for us. We're just playing, like, good stuff at this point. It's just like, whatever. We may not even play Sapphire. Shards of Fey is a must for my deck right now. It's really nice that that came back around. That's going to be very helpful. It's the only fixing I have right now. And I need... It would be nice to have 2 to 3 fixing in your draft deck when you're doing this. It's the only fixing I have is this Shards of Fate. I don't like Stoneclaw Gargoyle. Protectorate Sorcerer, maybe, I guess. Sure. It's probably going to be a reserves type of card. Radiant Armor. Bucktooth Commander. Man, nobody is playing the Shinhair. I'm gonna take this Bucktooth Commander though, just because I don't want it out there, because that deck also is a thing. Crimson Clarity, probably not. I'll take the Big Body, which is the Headless Executioner. We'll just go ahead and counterpick that. I mean, we basically have the deck right now. What we're going to have to choose from is what we have in front of us. There's not going to be too many more cards to add on here. I guess I'll take the Guard Dog, as it's somewhat playable. Against like an aggro orc deck, it's alright. And a Shroom Tank, sure. Okay, well... let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling, whatever the guy's name is. 3+3+0 guy. Lionel Flynn is definitely our pick here. And let's go ahead and get rid of Wild and Blood. Start building the deck. So, pretty good pool this time. I mean, I really can't complain too much about it. I may just be able to, you know what, let's actually get rid of the Sapphire here and see what we can build without playing with the Sapphire. Let's see, Sly Huntress is good, War Hero is okay. Hope Heart, like that, Scrap Tech, Boulder Toss, Ductocopter Bot, Swordsman, Handling Bluff maybe? Seeker. We've got a lot of removal in the deck, so we might be okay. Ren. One Meek. Lady Shimmer probably just doesn't do enough. I don't even think that I have a single buff for her in here. She's just a big body. I don't have a single... It's Inspire, right? Yeah, do I have a single Inspire card in here? I don't have a single Inspire card in here to inspire her with. Somehow that happened. Our Soul Wizard seems like it makes sense with this. So we're doing kind of like front end type of a deck. Do I need Scrap Tech Brawler? Maybe, maybe not. Charge Hulk and Excavator Bot. This might be good just like it is. Yeah, well, a little late now. Hellhound is just so good, though. He's so good. He wins games. Deck seems to have curved out. Maybe I shouldn't play with this over... Should probably play with Excavation Hulk's a better body comparatively. Charge Hulk's good too. I think I like Charge Hulk over Wrath Seeker. Maybe. This thing by itself like can do a lot of damage if he's on an open board state. Could be pretty mean. I think we should be okay with this. Is there anything I should be playing Charge Hulk on instead? Ballistics Training is okay in this deck. Maybe I should be playing... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna pull out Ballistics Training for Charge Hulk. It's okay, but at the same time, like I feel like that's for the aggro matchup. I need more bodies. Especially with Boulder Toss in here. 2 Boulder Toss. I'm feeling pretty good about this deck, but, you know, I felt good about decks before, and they didn't pan out for me. So let's look at our shards. We were counting up the icons here, so we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 diamond icons there. It's 10. Just write it down so I don't forget. And then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ruby icons, which is good because our champion is ruby, so that means we need more ruby anyways. So we've already put the Shards of Fate in here. We've got 16 more cards we can go with, so probably a 9-7 should be fine. Yep, alright. Oh, here we go. Game 1. Blip. Looks like he went with Master Zuko. We'll go ahead and play first, of course. Didn't change my deck back, which I probably should have. Turn 2, Scrap Tech Brawler seems pretty good here. So we'll go ahead and keep this hand. Turn 3, Wrath Seeker. Sure. We don't really block very well, we attack. That's pretty much how we do it. Maybe a turn... Well, we'll be able to play Infiltrator Bot because Scrap Tech Brawler will get us there eventually. What are you doing, Elliot?
What time is it?
What time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock. It's 10 to 2, Elliot.
It's 10 to 2.
Yep. Did I say good luck, have fun? I did not.
It's 10 to 2.
Charge Hulk. Play that on turn 4. And we need 2. No, we just need 1 ruby to get the charge power online. It costs us 5 to play it. Played against one of these where he just had like every amazing Shin'Hair. So far, this doesn't seem to be that bad. He hasn't played anything yet, so. Let's go and throw out our Ratseeker, and we'll have Charge Hulk, and we'll have our buff ready, but we'll probably want to save it for Infiltrator Bot. I haven't drawn any of our removal. This could be an issue as well. Warrior of Andronicus. Now you can't buff him, so it's basically if we swing in here, we're tempting him to trade. That's kind of a bad trade for him, I feel. So we'll go ahead and do that swing. So let's go ahead and do that swing in here. We'll see if he makes this trade. That's kind of a bad trade for him. He wants to keep that guy. At least he should want to keep that guy. Which puts us ahead by doing that. It's good. We'll then play our Charge Hulk out, and then we'll have charges so we can use them on our Infiltrator Bot the following turn. Don't want to use this unless it's like right before combat, typically. I mean, unless we need to trade something with our opponent's stuff, but we don't want to give him a chance to remove the troop we just used our champion power on. We want to give him less of a chance, rather, to do that. If he swings in, we obviously take it, because he can buff his guy to make a bad trade for us. Warrior of Andronicus is a pretty solid troop for Wild, especially. But we get to crack back for like 8, 9, 10, 11. That seems pretty bad for him. Plus we've got Scrap Tech Brawler hitting the table next turn. It looks like a pretty bad turn for him overall. And I'll probably just swing with Ratseeker if he doesn't swing at all, and then just see if he'll make that trade. But, you know, and he may have like a trick, but that's fine. I'll trade Ratseeker for a trick. Not an issue, because eventually Infiltrator Bot will get buffed, and he won't be able to deal with it. Let's go ahead and swing in with Ratseeker here by himself. And the second main phase, we'll play our Infiltrator Bot and our Wounded War Hero. Okay. So you have a buff, so you have Wild Growth, save his guy. Expect to see Wild Growth here. Or Strength of the Redwood works too. Sure, that works too. That's fine. So go ahead and throw out our Infiltrator Bot. And we'll buff that front end there. And throw out our Wounded War Hero. And now he's on a 4-turn clock with Infiltrator Bot by itself. And I can just sit on board state here. And we've kind of just, you know, what we have is on the table now. And we just have to see if he can or cannot deal with it. He's still in a pretty bad spot, unless he can start playing some troops, but he needs to deal with this Infiltrator Bot, and he has limited time to do so. Doesn't really want to buff his field just yet, because he doesn't have a lot of things to buff with it. I haven't taken no damage yet. It's looking like my game right now, but, you know, things could easily turn around. Infiltrator Bot is like, every draft deck needs an Infiltrator Bot in it. Every single one of them wants Infiltrator Bot. Because when it's times like this, and things are kind of like a stalemate, or, you know, like when I need to push damage, the Infiltrator Bot is probably the best common troop that can do it. Somebody said they saw somebody draft like 5 or 6 Infiltrator Bots once. I don't know if I'd go that high just because of the cost of the card, the 5 cost on it, but I mean, I guess it could work. Keep playing shards because we want to buff our Infiltrator Bot up. Get unblockable. We don't have to worry about diamonds, so we can go ahead and attack, no problems here. Thing is, like, he can't, like, if he attacks, I just take the damage and then I crack back with a lot of more troops, so like right now, the way the blocks are working out, he'll take an additional 1 point of damage just off of my Wounded War Hero because he'll block the other 2. Buffs his Andronicus or the Spirit Oracle? Clock is looking pretty good for us right now. Could buff his whole field and swing for like 10, I guess, but then I just crack back for the win, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I have the win on the table if he swings in at all. He needs another blocker. If he swings with Spirit Oracle, I'll probably just block with everything and see if he's got another strength with a Redwood or something. Or I guess I could just chump it off. No, I'll probably just take it. It depends how this goes. 4 cards in hand. Lots of options. Running his clock down a little bit here. Really thinking about this next attack, because this is probably getting close to being the game, if not the game. Sentinel of Nulzan with +1/+1 inch spell shield. That, okay, that's pretty good, sure. Sentinel still can't block Infiltrator Bot because it's unblockable. But it is a big body, and I have chump blockers, so I'm okay. I don't think he's going to want to swing it. Well, now, he may have... We'll see what happens here. Swings in with that guy. I'll take 5. I need chump blockers here, so Ductocopter Bot's decent. Give this guy unblockable. Swing in. Basically, if I didn't have this Infiltrator Bot, this whole game would have been basically over at this point. Play the Inductocopter Bot as another blocker here. We'll probably just chump block the damage here if he decides to swing away. Yeah, I'll probably just chump block. Because he can't stop Infiltrator Bot. He needs the removal for Infiltrator Bot, and if he had it, he would have used it by now. Might as well swing in. Let's go ahead and chump block here. We'll see if I can get this Spirit Oracle. It doesn't matter that much. I'll take 5 here and then save my Inductocopter Bot. He probably has another trick, though. No, okay. versus wild, obviously flying is pretty good. He does have strength of the redwood, which is helpful for him. He doesn't have a lot of cheap things, so it seems like Meek would be a bad choice to keep in the deck here. So we can probably pull Meek out of the deck. Let's go by cost. Meek. Meek seems like a bad choice here. Preservation maybe, or Lady Shimmer. Or even Mortar Strike might be okay. Probably... Yeah, if it gets to the late game, I pretty much have lost anyways, and Lady Shimmer still isn't getting buffed by anything in my deck. Clergyman might be better. Yeah, exhaust opposing troop, that's kind of a big deal. That seems like that's the best one here. Preservation's good too. I don't know if I'm seeing that one though. He does have a lot of things with... That's when he attacks. Ready troop, it gets +1. Yeah, I mean, that could be good. I am on the offense a lot here. Do I have anything else that needs to come out? Wounded War Hero is okay at the beginning of the game, but it doesn't really do much. Maybe we just pull one of those. Sure. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Living Totem's another one which you probably won't be able to deal with. So I'm guessing he's going to go first. Yeah, turn 2 Excavation Hulk. We've got early burn, but burn doesn't actually kill a lot of things in his deck. He's mulling to 6, that's always good for us. And we'll keep this hand. It's not amazing, but it'll do the job. One resource away from playing our Daring Swordsman, which we can buff and then like Augmented Awakening when it dies. We can pull it back and make it really huge. Ooh, there we go. Turn 1 Wounded War Hero. Alright. That's decent, I guess. I don't have a lot of humans, though, in the deck, so he doesn't actually do much. I actually got rid of one of them, so... If anything, all he does is really just chunk block for us. We only have one of that, whatever it's called in the deck, so... This may be a different game for us. We only have one Infiltrator bot in the deck, so this may not go as well as the last game. Just the chances of me drawing it are somewhat low. Get our 1 point of damage in there. And then we get to tunnel the Excavation Hulk, and he's running pretty slow, so it should actually see the table eventually. We can make it into a 5/5 if we have to with Augmented Awakening. He's running a pretty slow deck, though. We need to draw Diamond here pretty badly. We got a lot of double Diamond, which we won't be able to cast. Or even a Ruby Shard would be good because we can play our Swordsman. We have a couple of turns before we have to do that, but yeah. So at this point you may think that this is the other guy. Oh, that's helpful. That's a good turn 3. So I'll probably just burn that guy. Push damage here. Yeah, that seems like the best thing to do. I don't need to spend the Boulder Toss right now. I could, but I wouldn't even kill this guy anyways, so we'll just burn him and push damage. Before combat. Burn him before combat, push damage. And burn actually had a target it could kill, which is pretty impressive with some of the stuff he was dropping last game. We're still only doing 1 damage a turn, so it's not like a lot of things are happening on the table just yet. I mean, this Excavation Hulk doesn't actually hit the table until turn 6. We're stuck on resources. We have a Boulder Toss. Yeah, Warrior of Andronicus is really good here. Draw a resource, we can play our Daring Swordsman. Really need Diamond here. It's not looking so good right now. Alright, well that's decent. Play our Daring Swordsman here. Deals damage equal to its power. Okay. So we can't play our Boulder Toss here, so we have to sit on this board state. We still need another diamond. We got Excavation Hulk that'll hit the table soon. Go with 2 turns on that. Test server tournament status will be posted on the test server status thread, test server discussion forum. Okay. So he swings in, we'll take the damage here. Yeah, we'll take the 3 or the 5. Daring Swordsman does a lot of damage if he's actually going to let us swing into an open board state here with our champion ability. We can actually Boulder Toss this guy out, actually. That's probably what we'll do. Take 5 here. That's fine. So we're going to buff our Daring Swordsman, swing away, and then we'll Boulder Toss his warrior. Plays another warrior. That's fine. We're going to Boulder Toss that warrior. The other one is only a 3/3 now, and we get a lot of damage this turn. Oh, actually, we need a resource. Ugh. Foiled again. Well, that stinks. Because I have to give up. I have to 2-for-1 his guy. I really need to draw a resource there. I mean, I guess I can pull it back with Augmented Awakening later, maybe. So, let's go ahead and swing in with Daring Swordsman and see if he'll block. He can't buff his guy, so he probably won't block. Actually, I can swing with both. And the Boulder Toss will still kill the guy. But taking 8 on the return seems pretty bad also. So we're dealing 6, we're taking 8. Ugh, this is not the best spot to be in. He'll probably just take the damage, honestly. This is what I would expect. I would expect him to take the damage here. We really needed to draw a resource there. Yeah, because we're taking 8 here, we're going to 7. It's not a good spot to be at. 7. We can swing back for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 18. We can do if we draw a resource, we can do 18 damage if he has no blockers up. So, I mean, maybe we're in an okay spot here. He's probably going to buff his warrior again to just get the damage in. Yep, that's fine with me. So if he doesn't play a blocker here and we draw a resource, we can win this turn. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to swing. Well, he's going to survival the fittest. Okay, well, I'm going to Boulder Toss in response. For how much, though? Deals double damage. Except I'll Boulder Toss in response. We'll see if that deals. We'll see if this works. I guess I could have killed him last turn. If I don't know that this works the way I think it does. It says deals that equal to its power, and this guy says deals double damage. So it's really hard to know. He has 1 resource. He could have Strength of the Redwood here. it works. I should have killed him last turn. That's unfortunate. Okay, so he can deal 3 to me now. Let's see, I can deal 5, he can deal 3. Augmented Awakening would be nice here if I could draw a diamond. No, another Boulder Toss. I'm just going to Boulder Toss him now in case he has a buff, or in case he, you know, I don't think he has a buff, but he could draw into one, which would save his guy. So I'm just going to Boulder Toss this guy away right now, so I can just keep the damage going. We just need to take care of that guy right now. Dealing 4 to his face is not worth it here. Augmented Awakening would be nice, but that's obviously not going to happen either. He still has 2 turns, you know, additionally after this one, so he may have something decent in hand. It's running down his clock though. He's 4 minutes behind me. We are in game 2. He's got plenty of time though for a game 3, so it shouldn't be an issue as far as the time damage that's being distributed here. So I guess I need to remember that with the whatever his name is, guy. Succulent Roostosaur, okay. He doesn't really have anything to sacrifice to gain life. It's basically just a chump blocker for my Excavation Hulk. If I can Augment an Awakening, that would be good. Diamond. Yes! I'm just going to swing in here, because I think he's... Or I guess I could have forced the block on the Excavation Hulk, but... I mean, it's not like he wasn't going to block Excavation Hulk here. I mean, is he going to make this trade? I don't think so. It seems really bad if he does. Yeah, exactly. He has to chump block here. I think he can sack his own guy. Oh, he's going to Wild Growth. Okay. Sure, so he's trading his guy. And then I can Augmented Awakening it back. Oh, Strength. Okay. Okay, still get it back here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it back. Fortunately, I can't play it this turn. I have to bury it again? That seems really bad. Ugh. I guess I have other plays next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and bury. I'll tunnel it. And then he can do 1 to my face next turn. Then I can swing back for more. He's already used up a lot of buffs there. I'm not sure why he didn't save his Andronicus before. I feel like he could have, with the amount of buffs he had in hand, unless he just drew into him or something. Amberspire Instigator is kind of a problem, but I've got Fire Soul Wizard, which should work out pretty well for me. Maybe not. Amberspire Instigator might take it. It has Crush, too. That's an issue. Taking 2 here. Yeah, Excavation Hulk's gonna be way too late at this point in the game, so that Augmented Awakening was pretty bad there. Of course, now I see all shards. Okay, well, we'll just play our Fire Soul Wizard and then throw the Swift Strike on it, and then hopefully he won't draw removal for it. Can't swing in here. We can swing next turn. He'll have to block. We can kill both of his guys. So we're looking okay. Meanwhile, Excavation Hulk is in the weeds, getting ready to come up. Looks like he's playing a Shard, which is good for us. Swings with Amberspire. He can't really swing here, so I'll be swinging next turn. He has to chump block with like Rooster Sword or something. He has no cards in hand. He should have held on to that card. I'm just going to go to my attack phase and swing with Fire Soul Wizard. I won't give up my War Hero just in case there's something else that comes down later. He's got to chump block Rooster Sword here. Or actually... well, and then I can play... I've got Sorcerer that can block the next turn and trade Instigator. So that was kind of a play mistake. I probably should have just sat on the board state, but I had to look at my... I should have looked at my hand first before I made that attack. Because if I chump block here, then he attacks in, and it's crush damage over my guy. Plus, he knows I have Excavation Hulk coming. But yeah, having the Sorcerer in hand makes this an okay play. But if I did not have this in hand, this was a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. Or it's a gutsy play, at least. At the very least. I mean, plus Rage 2, he's going to be a 5/5 with Crush. I'm going to take 4. He only needs to get 1 more point. He's got a lot of buffs in his deck, so... Plus, well, he's not going to buff his guys anytime soon here with his champion power, but... Okay, yep, making that block. That's the block he has to make. Buffs his guy, it doesn't matter. I guess he can sack him and then gain some life. Okay. Okay, you want to play a Protectorate Sorcerer. I'm going to hold on to this Diamond Shard to make him think I have something. I'm going to bluff with it. I'm really far away from using my champion power again, and the way that the game is going, basically, hopefully as soon as Excavation Hulk hits the table, like, that should be it. He swings in, I double block. Sensei doesn't really do much for him here. Maybe. Well, I guess maybe it'll draw him the buff he needs to win. If it draws him a buff, no, Charge Hulk. Gives him a blocker. I can exhaust one of his troops on the attack, so he doesn't really have a great attack here. But I don't either. Next turn. He's going to try to attack with Instigator. Seems pretty bad. Plus I'm sitting here bluffing a shard in my hand. Alright, well I guess he's going to take the... give me 2 for 1 here and do some damage to my face. He has no cards in hand, so, I mean, there's no tricks here. He's basically just, you know, it's a 2 for 1. And then I can, sit on Fire Soul Wizard, or play Hellhound. Yeah, I guess I can do that too. Yeah, we'll just play the Hellhound and pass the turn here. We need blockers up still, just in case. He's going to have a hard time pumping something up to a place where Fire Soul Wizard can't deal with it. But Hellhound should close out the game with the resources I've got. I have 4 plus 6 divided by 2 would be 3, so he's a 7-point swing, and you can't block it. Can you block it with artifacts? Oh, he can block it with his artifact troop. He played his resource, which is kind of... I don't know. I think I would have sat on it. Play the Scrap Tech Brawler now, because he's basically net 0 on how much... Like, he gives me his resources back so I can use them for Hellhound. Swing in with the Excavation Hulk and the Hellhound here. See what the blocks look like. He can double block Hellhound here. No, he can't. He can't double block it. He can chump block the Excavation Hulk, and like he could chump block the Hellhound if he wanted to. You know. So I'll just go ahead and buff this guy 3 times. Wait a minute, he buffs for 1? Oh, wow. I thought he buffed 2. I thought it was 2 for every +1/+0. So there you go, Hellhound winning the game. Whereas Clergyman definitely wouldn't have there.